Hello and welcome to another episode of GOA365 Story Behind the Story. Now we have been discussing about accidents and we've been seeing accidents on a regular basis, on a daily basis, many of them fatal, many of them because of tourism, rent-a-cars, rent-a-cops, rent-a-cars, rent-a-bikes, but mostly and without getting into details, lots of locals also ride and drive very rashly. Many of them do not know the rules. Parking is done anyway, double parking, triple parking, no helmets generally. But the end of it, the roads also are very bad. PWD engineering is bad. Smart cities, as you were just discussing before, that these smart cities all of Goa are in pretty bad shape. So accidents are basically just spiraling out of control. Now we had a discussion last time on this, and as promised that we would continue this. I have a panel here who I think can put before the people of Goa what exactly is going on and maybe some solutions. Starting with good friend of mine, Soter D'Souza, social activist, journalist, former journalist. He wears a lot of hats. Soter Bab, welcome to our show. Vincent Bab Rosario, journalist who has been reporting on traffic accidents and also signages, lack of signages. So he's the expert, so as to say, on this panel. Vincent Bab, welcome to our show. Advocate Siola Vaz, she is of course a practicing advocate and also a politician, like as he just informed me. To my surprise, she's still with the TMC. Siola, welcome to our show. And last but not the least, senior politician, former senior bureaucrat, though the government still thinks he's a bureaucrat, and as of now with the Congress, Elvis Bab Gomes. Elvis Bab, welcome to our show. Now, Soter, as a social activist, as a rider, as a person who travels every day on the nightmarish roads of Porvorim, I would like you to give us a general idea of what exactly is going on, the way your fellow riders, your fellow drivers, and the way generally what is the traffic situation in the state. Soter.
Glenn, thanks for having this episode, another one. I don't know how many you're going to have. Since the last one we had, I think things have even further worsened. Okay. Today, I think going on the road itself is very scary. Okay, you say your prayers, maybe even all your sacraments, everything you take before you go, because you don't know whether you'll come back home or not. Okay, this is the level. And the more you are like disciplined on the road, okay, the more risk I feel you can have with the recklessness that is going on, because I don't know how and what is the madness that is there, but I cannot see that this is. I think our main thing is we have only been limiting our discussions to single issues, like here it is roads, then forest or land. All are interconnected. There is an environment of total breakdown of law and order, chaos, and as you know now, Goa is the second richest state in the country according to a yesterday's report or something was there reported. Okay, so there is people splashed with money. Okay, how that money is going to be used, from where that money is coming, the drug mafia that is rampant in Goa, the alcoholism that is rampant in Goa, and the powered vehicles, more and more powered vehicles. There was a time when I remember some few years back, people stopped riding their two-wheelers because the two-wheelers became risky. They bought, and Maruti gave the option of giving cheaper cars, low-end cars, so people started going in for cars. Now people are going in for SUVs, MUVs, I don't know what. Later we may have earth-moving machineries also, you see, designed for families and all that. So this is the state, and how long we are going to, only talk, and the government doesn't seem to bother in the least. They have become immune to criticism. Having worked in the field of drug addiction and alcoholism at all, if I can give the analogy, it's like a wife of an alcoholic, banging her head and pleading before her husband to stop drinking. Okay, but the guy never stops.
It's not
the
possible.
guy never stops. So in the same way, a corrupt government, insensitive government, which is only busy with power, and I don't know if by creating such a chaos, they are keeping people vulnerable so that people keep on talking about them, coming to them for solutions. I think if everything is okay, people will not bother about the politicians anymore. So you create chaos so that people constantly keep around you, pleading with you to solve this problem, that problem. I just heard some time back some senior citizens also went to an MLA, saying, see this chaos, we cannot go to church, we cannot go here, our market, this, that. So the MLAs are enjoying this, you see.
So you think it's a what is, I won't use the C word, but you think it is what the government are basically doing it purposely?
Yeah, and sometimes seeing the cops and also the, I don't know whether these traffic violations are encouraged. It's become another revenue generating this, because if you don't give parking spaces, if you put more and more vehicles on the road, people come to the city, they go for shopping, where are they going to park their vehicles? Naturally, they will park anywhere, get a fine, they prefer, you prefer to pay a 200 rupee fine and go and do all your shopping and all, and then come and call the police and remove the lock. Okay, that vehicle, especially four-wheelers, okay, instead of being towed, they are locked there. So the nuisance does not stop. The nuisance continues to prevail. Even the fellow comes at midnight. So many people going to the casinos just park it on the outside my office there on the road. Okay, and that vehicle is there till evening. So one lane is blocked. The lock is there for the vehicle. Okay, whereas two-wheelers are just put on the truck and taken. Okay, here this whole thing that cars are getting damaged if they are being towed and all. You are inconveniencing people. So don't. If the vehicle is towed and damaged, I think you have to face the consequence. You cannot. So to prevent a car from being damaged, they inconvenience the people. In all the development of roads, you see, it is taken that if development is happening, people can be inconvenienced. And I don't know, sometimes people also are not fighting for their rights, whether they know their rights, whether they don't know their rights. So whether it's a pothole or anything, and if they then if this lane is damaged, people just take the other lane, not bothered of the oncoming vehicles and all.
I agree.
So everyone is just accommodating, irrespective of the laws, making the laws.
Civic responsibility of people is not there, and government is taking advantages. That's what you're saying. I can say.
The government is happy because as long as people are not complaining, the government doesn't need to bother. And this is never an election issue. Roads and death on the roads never becomes an election issue.
I have a few examples of this the way. Thanks, Sauter. Now, what Sauter is saying is correct in many ways, because you've been filing a lot of these stories on casinos and things. So what is the scene? But forget it. Generally, what is the scene? Signages, people driving, people riding.
Yeah, if you see that, what he spoke about the drugs and all. If you see the last time there was one accident in South Goa was happened with one car with banged on 2 bikes or 3 bikes and 1 or 2 person dead on the spot.
Yeah, correct.
So that person, if you see, the alcoholic test is not done or the drug test is not done because it was maybe without alcohol but drugs. That's what he said. So that is a drugs. So nobody did a testing of this drug. They say alcoholic because when they take drugs and if you go for alcoholic test, so it doesn't show this thing. Okay. So that is a one this, but because now the drugs has reached in the village also, and nobody knows who takes drugs and driving it. You cannot make it. When you get drunk, you can see the person's face is become red, but the drugs you cannot see.
Also, Vincent, the thing is that a lot of tourists come here. Now the image of Goa as a tourist spot. Why people? I mean, people have called me, and they come to drink. They come because drugs are freely available, and then they come for they feel that every woman, like any goer, like if you go on the beach belt and all, I've got reports even during Ganesh and Diwali time at 2:30 in the morning there were African women on the soliciting on the roads of Kalangut.
Yeah, I had also seen that video. This thing that not African, even the like. Maybe some European or something, they are dancing and somebody
dancing off Tito's lane, they are dancing on the lanes.
Goa, and you see this in Kalangut side of that belt. Yeah. Because I've seen that post also this. because it's
Post no, this is no post.
Video.
This is no video. This is our actual reporters have brought this issue up.
No, even with drugs, the pupils are dilated, so you can make out many times.
Cops.
At least for us,
Cops are not trained. No.
So it's not that they cannot make out. You can
Cops are not
actually.
trained.
In fact, some time back in Panjim, a four-wheeler banged our scooter. So I stopped. Now I could tell you those fellows were on dope. Okay, and then finally, just because they just sped off later on.
Yes.
You see, and you saw what happened in that day in some other state, where the cops were trying to stop the guy who was he took the cops, and then one 30-year-old woman was killed by a 20-year-old guy who was drunk. So
that happens on a regular basis.
So the question is exactly what he's saying. Okay, everyone is obsessed with this alcohol thing, but there is a huge sort of chemicals that are there which are intoxicating, which are
nobody tests for the
nobody. Everyone is ignoring.
This is a point that should go out, because nobody tests for these intoxicants. I don't think they have tests. I don't think the cops
there will be. No,
I don't think so. We would have known about it.
The cops are qualified. There should be some technical.
Send them to the Department of Psychiatry. They will check out.
But on the road you can't check.
You can't test them.
No, but they have section 50 and section 100 of the Narcotics Act, under which a person cannot deny if the police want to take them for a narcotics test.
So the legal
framework is there.
See, there is also the moment the narcotics statistics in accidents come up, then it's also, see, everyone is trying to play down the statistics, even the accidents. If
people are dying, how can they play that down?
No,
you cannot.
That is what, only when you are dying, your statistics come there. There are so many accidents taking place which are just compromised in the cop station. Okay.
On the roads.
If all the statistics are put, even if someone slightly bangs or something, if that is noted, you will see the alarming situation of the accidents in Goa.
If you see I don't think the traffic cell have so much power and courage to take them for the
courage.
Yeah, because
power they have.
Yeah, power they can use the power. But
185 section is there also. They can. Under Motor Vehicle Act.
Power is there, but courage,
Courage to apply the section.
Yeah, second thing, if you see now, Panjim is packed with the parking, what he said, because you don't get a parking. If you see now, what he said, next to Mandovi, Hotel Mandovi, this thing opposite, surrounding the State Bank of India, they're all two-wheelers, because those who are working in the casino, they park, which is where there's supposed to be no parking. Where you see now behind this thing, surrounding to State Bank of India, on the middle of the island, there is this thing, island-like circle. They park on that circle, which is not supposed to be. But police are not capable to take their bike.
Capable? Wrong word.
They are not touching their bikes.
Don't say capable. They are highly capable. But they cannot or don't want to. That is something you can say.
They have a pressure because they can't do this thing.
No, I think Vincent, the casinos are making the rules in Panjim.
That's what I feel.
So their buses to pick up the staff block one full lane during peak hours. Okay.
Their cars park on the road.
Yes.
If you check our live videos,
This Panjim is not running by their elected representative, but Panjim is running by
casino
lobbies.
Yes. The rules and everything, convenience of the casino is being considered for everything, even parking.
Okay, leave that. Let's go to traffic and accident. Yes, are you done?
Yeah, if you see now, especially end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday if there is a holiday, you see after 8 o'clock, this full belt, Dayanand Bandodkar Road till the bus stand, you see the whole traffic jam because of these casinos. And forget about the one lane parking, they park double, sometimes triple also parking.
Okay, you are talking about casinos who do that. Why don't you go and check, whoever, not you, why don't the cops go and check outside Navtara? There is double parking, triple parking, and they block the road. And then if you ask them to go further, they will say why? They come on the wrong sides. Like here only you talk about a round off. They come to our wrong sides, and then when you go and ask them why you're coming on the wrong side, they'll ask like,
There is no
why not?
signboard.
Why not? No, even when there are signboards, they say why not? Why to go? You can go, no? So the point is that I'm saying, even me, we are all talking about tourists. What about the locals? Locals don't follow rules. Why? Is this not what you see around, I think? Yeah. Now, everybody blames the government Fine.
So if we
It's the
say
government job,
around
but the
the
point is no. The point is that the riders and drivers don't follow rules.
No, if
And
we
why?
say
Because there is no
around the
implementation.
if there was
Phone calls are there. If you are stopped for the thing, you call the MLA, and the MLA will call the police. Who can deny that? Let anybody deny? No, we will show no evidence. Sorry, go ahead.
If you say now, when the work of smart city was going on, they had taken out all signboard, but none of the even the temporary signboard is not replaced there.
That is an
So
issue.
that's why maybe I know which is that there is no entry, but some people knowingly even they come because there is no signboard. How the police can catch them? Cannot catch them because there is no signboard.
And when there are signboards, when they go, then
No, how am I
At
not
least
to
let them give
interpret?
a challenge.
How am I not to interpret that since the signboards are removed, all those areas are not two-way?
No.
Why should I not interpret that those areas are two-way? Although in the past they were one way.
No, but Sauter, where there are signboards, people do not
Yeah.
follow the rules. Where those at least you catch, no?
See, everyone today, everyone has taken other person's rights for granted. Okay, as my civic citizen responsibility, I have a duty to say if another citizen is violating the law, to bring it to his notice.
And then what the other
that
person
person,
tells you?
yeah. So it so happened that a guy came and we were just sipping coffee outside Bangalore cafe, and so my friend just told him he parked his two-wheeler in the car parking lot. Told him, "Arey Baba, there is a two-wheeler there." So he just said, "Tu kidhar tha?" So he said, "This is a two-wheeler." "Haan, sodat dorta angano. Tu kidhar jata?"
Who is that? Tourist or local?
"No, local."
Okay, that's my
Local. Okay.
So like, one second, I'll bring the political class in, also the IAS class. Now this, Elvis, is the complete fault of the political class, whether you agree or disagree. I'm going to bring Seola into it later, but this is the fault because in Goa people think they can get away by breaking the law. They don't care. Now the issue is what? I have been to Delhi. I have seen the traffic in Delhi. I have seen the traffic in North Goa. There are no rules. Nobody follows the rules. The cops are put on the bonnets and driven for kilometers. Now these people from there are come to Goa. Now are we following them or are they teaching us? They are teaching us how to drive and all in Goa. You think?
Yeah,
As a political class, I am asking you this because this is the fault of the political class. This is what I am saying.
It is the fault of the society as a whole.
Okay.
I'll come to that.
Yes.
The things have become so messy.
Will you admit it's become messy?
Yes, of course. And as Soter has already said it, I don't want to repeat. But what we see basically is the reflection. This total messy situation is basically the reflection of the ugly face of the administration. What we see basically. And that is why sometimes you feel whether there is any hope in the current
You were one of the senior administrators.
Let me speak. I just started for the first time.
No, I'm just saying, I'm reminding you so you
When
can
you
talk
started, Glenn, maybe by a slip of tongue, when you said maybe because of rent a cab and you said rent a cop also,
No,
you're not wrong altogether. If time permits, I will come back to that.
Yes.
Because today those who can afford it, they can rent a cop also or rent a bouncer also. This is the story of Goa. Let us just touch upon a few statistics. The present DGP of Goa, for the first time I have at least heard a top cop speaking about accidents and the statistics.
Never before, yes.
Never before. 1 month ago maybe perhaps he was talking and I was just jotting down what he had said. He said there were in the first 5 months there were 1,197 accidents. It's a huge case of underreporting, number one.
That's right.
Total.
And the fatalities in the first 5 months were 148. Official records, if you see, on an average, every year, at least there are over 320 to 330 deaths on the roads. Number of injuries, they also will not know. They will not have a count of number of injuries because sometimes they go unreported, and as was just said, so many of the cases get compromised. But maka tuja number di, maza number di, and
My insurance, your
if
insurance.
actually it is reported, it will be 10 times the figure. Goa is, actually Delhi cha world ka Goa will surpass in due course. I am telling you. One very important that you have to understand is when we were just talking about drugs, I will make a mention and people forget too soon to some things. Just a month ago, there was a huge seizure of drugs in Delhi. Okay, that was about 6,000 crores it was reported that there was a 6,000 crores. And Goa was one station which was supposed to be the beneficiary of this drug haul. What has happened? Has anybody given any update on this? No. See, this is just a tip of the iceberg. What I'm telling you.
Absolutely. I agree.
One seizure, that also things might have gone wrong for them. 6,000, one of the largest seizures in the country. And part of it, almost 1/3 was meant for Goa. Now the season, just beginning of the season, where is this drugs going?
And this is one consignment. Goodness, how many are
How many are coming undetected? So this is a very important thing today. It is utter lawlessness. Okay, let's go. It's basically ultimately what happens is the blood on the roads is the issue that we are talking about.
Yes.
And we cannot trivialize this issue.
You cannot.
It is a serious issue, but the administration of the day simply is not doing its work.
Not capable?
Yes, that your question was about a political class.
Yes.
What political class got to do? Rules are in place, laws are in place. Who is supposed to implement? Political class is supposed to implement. They may at the most phone you, but you have to wriggle out of that. It's ultimately life of the people on the road. You are not concerned about that. Now just giving small examples here and there. Yes, Panjim here and there. See, one system was started where new probationers, the police sub-inspectors and all this, they used to be put on the roads, to monitor because by nature, inherently we are lawless. We do not like to obey the rules. We will go to a foreign country and we will be, going overboard to obey the rules, even if they don't want it to be done to that extent. But here we are thinking we are kings of the roads and we can get away with anything. Now, the projection of Goa as a tourist state, and particularly the masses that come as tourists, sitting on the bonnet, sitting on the cars, taking beer in the hand, it's like, there is absolutely no law existing, or I don't know what to say, what words to use. This administration can bring under control, and if
Very
you don't
easily, in fact.
easily, and if you don't do it today, you are heading for trouble in due course of time.
I think we are already in trouble. If we don't pull back, we are going to be in real big trouble.
Even you talk here and talk anywhere, if it doesn't touch this insensitive, the skin that they have developed, the thickness of the skin is.
Who are you talking about? The bureaucrats?
The administration.
The administration. Yeah.
No, and I think Elvis has also brought another in relation to what he is talking. Okay, I think what he is describing how the tourists are behaving. No, it's an insult to Goans actually. Okay, that we don't care. I'll come to your house, and I'll behave as I want. So you don't matter
But
to me.
altogether I don't blame them. This is the culture. They come with this impression that Goa you can get away.
It is sold that way, no? It is sold on the pavilion that way. You come to Goa, maja karo,
Why don't you go to Bombay and do it like
Okay.
that? Why don't you take a glass of beer and sit on the rooftop and drive in the
In
street?
Delhi, you do it, no? Why in Bombay?
Yeah,
They do it in Delhi, do it in Gujarat,
Then-
do it in then UP.
Then how
all
is possible
the
only here?
same government which is running.
So
here.
the problem is there.
Right
no?
there, no?
If
I would like to see.
if Goans have lost their self-respect, see today, the moment you bring this issue,
Shakuti and beer.
those
now it is
those who are benefiting.
What you were saying before this election, lollipop, sorry, chicken lollipop.
You pick up a fight with a tourist. Okay, you pick up a fight with a tourist argument on some lawlessness. Okay, and you will see all the guys, the taxi man and everyone who are in this tourism business, whose side they take. Whether they will take your side if you are right, or whether they will try to hush up the whole thing by supporting the tourist. See, Goa is a contradiction in itself today. If I am enjoying this whole buffet that is now before me, everything is good. I don't mind what is happening to the rest of Goans. Okay, as long as I am getting my thing. So now the fight has started in Kalangut and all. You see the competition has started. Outside, inside, all these things. The thing is settling. So very soon the killings will start. And I don't know whether the thing will get even when Elvis will be in a better position.
I don't. Anyway, I am actually I'm extremely.
But I don't understand.
But I am going in for a small break. You will start the next episode. For the second part, you will be the first. I'm sorry. We are like out of time in this. And we need to go in for a small break. Keep watching GOA365.